Welcome back, anglers. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Russian Fishing 4. So last weekend, I put out the debate on what I should do for, what our next big kind of goal to focus on would be. Either looking at picking up the shovel to start harvesting baits ourselves, or to save up and just kind of go for cost efficiency, etc., getting another feeder fishing rod kit. There were definitely more leaning towards going for the feeder kit, but there wasn't a lot of people giving me reasons why I should. However, Dangerfloof, our reliable and steady viewer and supporter for the channel, did come up with a pretty good suggestion for what I should look at doing, and just more what do I want to do with the game going forward. I feel like if I focus too hard on trying to go for the feeder fishing kit next, it's just going to feel like the episode's going to kind of really get into the same thing of same lake, going for only the orders, and just going to kind of become too repetitive. Whereas what I could do now is pick up some things I want to do, like grab the shovel, that'll actually let me start early working at getting the harvesting baits, get that skill up, etc. like that, and kind of go along that way with it. And it's also to say that, there's nothing that even stops me from trying to do both at the same time as well. Pick up the shovel, do a little bit of harvesting baits, and then just keep slowly saving stuff up, and then see if there's anything else I want to try picking up too. So I'm trying to remember what we've got. So we're at actually 78 silver, so we're not doing too badly off there. There's nothing in the keep net. I will check the cafe orders to see what we got. I also don't know what's going to happen to us once the comfort bar completely drains out, just because we do have a pretty miserable day for weather in-game right now. So carp, roach, bleak. Okay, I doubt I'm getting anything up in this rank. Although, if I get lucky, maybe I can come across some more roughs. It might be a bit more rare for them, but the carp shouldn't be any troublesome to get. I don't think the roach will be, and the bleak I think we clued into, what to go after for them. So I think we might even be able to get these 4 orders done today, and they all have a lot of... Okay, well, the bleak doesn't, so I don't think I'll be able to get that with only 15 minutes, although I could try focusing hard on that to begin. Maybe we'll... should I do that, or should I stop by the hardware store? Let me quickly stop at the hardware store and see. I was like, what was I wanting to browse here? The kettle... That might not be something bad if I want to do, freshly brewed tea or that. The shovel was what I was thinking of, just to start being able to harvest some baits. And some things are out of stock that I can't even look picking up, so I'm trying to think here. There are some things for if I want to clean the fish, try to make my own lures, a bit of cooking. This would be for coffee, too, and I don't know... Again, there's some things that... Wait, what would it be a file for? Oh, maybe for, lure making, too. You know what, I'll hold off on the shovel for now. And let me just see if I can actually focus on getting, the bleaks I need. Because we did find a pretty good area to steadily go after them. So let me quickly run over to that and see what we can do. I think the weather is also making the... might not be too bad in the recording. I thought it might have affected the frame rate a little bit, but it's also not like the fishing game is one where you have to be really, really heavily worried about frames or action happening. Probably once I get to a stop and where we're at, it shouldn't be any trouble. So if I remember right, the place where we were getting a lot of bleaks at was by the lily pads that were up on the northern area here. Not quite here. I think it was a little bit further still. Yeah, it was right over here, because our float rod, I think, got stuck in the lily pads a bit, so... Let me see about getting everything prepped here. Okay, this should be the feeder fishing kit, I think. Yeah. And I'll go for the caster, because I think that's what we were using. Actually, let me double check the setup. Yeah, let me... Okay, I think that... Yeah, that is what it should be, so you know what? Let me cast that out here. There we go, just get that tight. This, I think, is the... Yeah, this is what we want to use here. It was the caster, and let me double check the hook size. It is the 22 that we needed for the bleaks. Okay, perfect. And I'm also going to try to be a little smarter, and that if I do think the line is snagged, I'll just set it down, bring in the other rod, pick up that rod, and then try to use the little, like, map travel trick. Just because it does suck to lose your gear to a snag. I mean, it is realistic that it'll happen, but it's still something if we want to avoid, we should be able to. And is that our first bleak? Nope, that's a roach. And I don't think it's actually big enough for what we'll need. But let me get on this, because this is starting to go off quite a bit now. Let's see what we got on this line. There we go, it's slowly coming in. Oh, looks like it's a Zet, or a Tench. Oh, no, it is a Crucian Carp, my bad. Actually, over a kilogram. That's the biggest one we've caught in yet. Oh, I better set this down. There we go, get that prepped. And that's pulled down. Another roach already. Maybe I'll have to change out for... Well, that one will at least count for what we need. But maybe I'll have to change out the bait, because we're at least starting to see the roaches pretty reliably. I'm trying to remember what bait it was I used for the bleaks. I thought it was the caster because it was like the really small hook and really small bait. But I think I do have some other baits that are like really small size as well. It could even be just like time of day and weather is having an impact too. Alright, we'll just keep going with whatever we can, see what we bring in, and it all goes towards like our total for money as well. Yeah, I thought that one just looked like it was floating, so I figured I'd give it a shot, but I think I gotta wait for... If you're going to try and go when it's floating, it has to be, like, up and on its side. So that's one thing I'll have to keep in mind. I'll just give this some more time and see what happens. I know Russian Fishing 4 also put out an update recently for a new area, but I think you have to be, like, level 30-something to go to it, like, for free. It's definitely more like an endgame thing. Oh, okay, another roach. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to change this up. Let me go for the bark beetle larva, just to see if that gives us other results. This one, don't really see anything else happening to the feeder rod yet, so we'll just give it some more time. I think that's at least 2 or 3 of the roaches we need for the, one order that's at the cafe. Truth be told, maybe I should look at changing up our feeder kit to go for more of the carps, because, I mean, there is the... Is it the roach carp mix, or is it, like, the just carp mix? There's a few things I could do to definitely try really targeting the species we're after. I figure just because I had some luck last weekend, maybe I'd be able to repeat it for the bleaks this weekend. But so far, it's not quite, the same outcome. And yeah, it's like, the casters work really well as a bait, but then there's no care whatsoever for the bark beetle we put on. We'll give the lines a minute or two, see if anything else does happen. There we go. Now the roach, yeah, for whatever reason, this area is now pretty popular for the roaches. Yeah, I'll go for another couple of fish and just see what else might strike on this type. It might be I just got super lucky with the circumstances last weekend for all the bleaks we caught. But I could even try... No, this is about the exact same spot. I thought maybe moving down a little bit more I could try for them. I might still do that too. I'm really surprised about this one not having anything to it. I'll just make sure the line is a bit tighter and see what happens. But from what I can tell from the bottom left, it doesn't look like our comfort can go down any further past certain points. And I don't know if, like, that is, like, say, just like a modifier to certain activities maybe don't get performed as well. Kind of hard to say. Yeah, it's a little quiet right now. Let me check the keep net and see. So I think we got maybe only 2 roaches for the one order that's at the cafe. Because I think I have to be 100 and something grams in order to qualify. Jeez, yeah, you know what? After this happens, I'm going to bring these both up, and we'll see about going somewhere else. What do we got? Oh, I think that's a gibble carp. No, another crucian. Okay, well, we'll put you away. I'm going to reel you in, because, I mean, I don't think anything's touched this ever since I've gotten in the water. There we go. I think it's just getting a bit dragged along the bottom there. Yeah, okay. And you know what? I might change this out for the bloodworm, just see what that does. I'm going to head down a little bit more along the shore. Just trying to think of, like, what spots. I think we were working at this spot as well. So yeah, we'll whip that out there. Set you down. Just tighten the line up a little bit. And we'll try a little bit more with the bark beetle larva here. And we'll just wait and see what happens. I can see why, like, for most efficiency, it's recommended to get the feeder fishing kits. Just because they're a lot more reliable in knowing when you have a fish on and being able to reel in or that. Whereas the float one, you do have to have some practice with understanding what you're looking for. You're freaking out, but you're not steady enough for being dipped down. So I'm going to wait till it bends forward and we hear the jingling. Then I'll act on that rod. I mean, I could try tightening the line up a bit more, but it looks like it's solid right now. And there we go. Let's see what happens here. What do we got? Oh, I think that's a carp. Yeah, that's a gibble carp. We do need some of those, so it's not bad that we're catching them. Yeah, we just gotta wait for the other line. Maybe I'll just... Yeah, I'll tighten it up a little bit more, just because it did look like the line had gone a bit slack. And we just kind of rinse and repeat. I still feel like I should pick up the shovel maybe towards the end of this episode. We'll just see everything I've brought in, go back and check. Just because the bleak mission or order will probably be done when we go back. Again, there's activity, but it's nothing that's staying steady enough to act on. That is, though. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should probably reduce the friction brake a little bit. Oh, come on, mouse wheel. There we go. Looks like maybe a carp. Actually, a perch. Okay. Now, let me go for the beetle larva here, too. Just because, again, if we're getting a bit of carp, we might be able to get that order completed. There we go. Tighten up. And just play the waiting game a little more. I do kind of wish it was a little bit more approachable to do spin fishing, but it heavily feels like you need to really know specifically what spoon or lures you need to get the fish. I know, like, this isn't the best map for spin fishing, and that would be better on the Winding Rivulet. Another carp. But there still are some things that just feel like it would be smarter or better off having a little bit more, like, the lures can help bring in things better. Maybe just as a break, we can always go back to Winding Rivulet, try a bit of the spin fishing and see. Oh, okay. Thought that the float rod looked like it was going pretty good. But this one is definitely good to bring in now. So let's see what we got. And yeah, I'll just go to 22. I think that's decent little rating for, like, pulling in our feeder rod. Looks like maybe another carp, or another perch. Nope. I think that's a roach. Or maybe a carp. Common roach. Actually, not too bad for a size. Set you down. Reel you in a bit. And that should be good there. It is also kind of nice to know, like, with the one, like, bait kit we pick up, we get the casters and the bark beetles. And those seem to be some pretty decently producing baits. Yeah, there's some interest. Let me try. Oh, we actually did have on. And looks like another carp. Yep, another crucian. Okay, maybe I'll try for the wet bread. Just see if this brings anything in. Just see if I can maybe get, like, some of the gibble carp that we might need too. Oh, there's a little bit of activity from you. I was just about to check to make sure I had you, like, reeled in. Or that the line was tight. Already something on the left, which is a good sign. Or at least there was a little bit to the left. Let's see what we got. Yeah, you know what? With it starting to move like that... Oh, what is this little tiny thing? A 40-gram crucian carp. I didn't know they got that small. But I guess because of the hook size, that's why we were able to see that. So put that back in. See if we can get anything on our feeder rod too. And then maybe we'll take a quick run back to the cafe, double check what we've got or are in progress towards. And I do feel like I might pick up the shovel. I know we are quite a ways towards the other feeder kit, but it's not really like it's going to be anything aside from, like, greater efficiency for bringing fish in. It's not like I'm showing off new content if I do pick one of those up. Or another one of those up, I should say. But I should look at seeing what kind of, like, bait mixes I do want to put together as well. Because thanks to all the comments and tips, you can definitely focus and specialize far more with a feeder fishing kit than you can with a float rod. I just gotta wait and see if anything does decide to go after anything here. Maybe I'll quickly check the feed stuff. Yeah, so, like, all of these are actually not unlocked here. Like, these couple of things are, but it looks like all of these mixes I could put together no problem at any time. I just have to buy the things for them. If I do the tench mix, everything is open and I could do that. Granted, the costs of things might make it less possible to do so. But it's good to know that I have the opportunities and stuff there. Okay, you know what? That is getting dragged and bouncing a bit. Oh, it's another little tiny crucian. Although, I guess not too bad. You know what? Let me bring this sucker in. Just 'cause, like, for as long as it's been sitting and there's been no activity... Now, I don't know if that's it just getting stuck on the bottom, or there's actually, like, a fish on. I feel like it's just getting stuck on the bottom. Because, yeah, it's just a steady amount of, tension that's in the line. I don't want to be too forceful with it, but let's just see if we can... get it to start coming in. Because it's not really that it seems to be snagged, because we are getting the line moving. Yeah, there we go. Just didn't have the friction brake high enough, I think. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So I'll head back with what I've got and take a look and see how we're sitting for the orders, and maybe what mixes I want to put together. It might not hurt to pick up the shovel, or should I make the mixes first? Let me take a look actually at the cafe orders first. Figure out what species I want to focus on from that. And it does take a little bit of a jog to work our way back over here. I also should probably look and see about eventually renting one of the boats to take out. I don't think there's any species that I'm not really able to go for just from shore. But it might be if I do go to deeper waters, maybe certain fish are going to be easier to catch, or they might be larger in size I'll be able to catch too. More water generally means bigger fish you can find, isn't it? But yeah, let's just go for a jog to the cafe and see if we've made any of these orders yet. And we can check and see if there's anything like for the bleak one that... still 8 minutes, so nothing there. I've only got one gibble carp, so it might not be bad to get that. Oh, actually... it only needed to be 30, so I can get this done no problem. Yeah, we'll sell that. We'll keep the big guy just to sell for more somewhere else. The roaches, I've only got 3 so far, but those shouldn't be too bad to get more. The frog, I don't think anything target there, so... truth be told, I don't know if it's actually worth it to, like, go in and buy the stuff to try targeting the gibble. It's only going to give me $5 or $5.34 silver. I don't feel like they're worth it. This one's a little bit more, but still, that just is, like, seeming to come on its own. The ruff, I don't know exactly how I would target that, and the rest of the fish are pretty large sizes, so I don't think I have the gear to really go after them yet. So let me just take a look at the feed. Is there anything else? There's a bream mix, there's a white bream mix, there's a roach. Yeah, so I'm trying to think. Maybe it'd just be good to make some more general ground bait for now and see how I can work with that. Yeah, I think I will just focus on that. So for ground bait, we want to go over here. Stop in the tackle store. And give it a moment. Or a couple moments. Yeah, so the basics. I'm trying to remember what I was using first. I think I was using the semolina, but I should double check like what I can actually... Yeah, so I think it's just... you can make your own random ones together too if you wanted, or you could have like those specific mixes in mind. Maybe I'll go for the semolina, although... Maybe I'll go one up. Go for a thing of the pearl barley. Oh, hang on. Never mind. Can't use that yet. Let me check this. Okay, yeah, so I can make that one. Yeah, that's another reason why it might not be a bad idea to look at doing the harvesting stuff for baits. So that way I can actually start making some of those ones more easily. Like, there is a dry mix, but I think I want to make more of this. Yeah, so let's just try making that. There we go. So that's 20 portions at 6 out of 10 quality. We've got that we can work a little bit more with. I'm wondering if there's anything else I should look at picking up. Like, I know lines I have to be really focused on, like, how compatible they are with the rod. Hooks, I do have the small one. We haven't seen anything yet. I wonder if it'd be worth it to try, like... Oh, I wonder if I only get, like... Okay, no, I could pick up another... I actually might pick up another one of these, because, I mean, the caster and the bark beetle have been really producing. I haven't tried the maggot yet. So, you know what? Just so that way I am going to pick up extra. That has been very handy for, like, everything we've been doing, so I'll just unpack that. That keeps us well-stocked to keep going. And as much as some people might hate it, I am going to go and pick up the cheap shovel. Just so that way, start next episode, we can properly test it out, see how it works, and that, I think, will help towards our skill in harvesting baits here. And this will let us, like, preparing certain things as baits. Yeah, like making some of them, harvesting certain plants, harvesting stuff. I mean, I don't know how far I'll get into all this stuff, but at least I can get a start on this with the shovel in my inventory now. And speaking of, I wonder if I should even just, like, give that a shot, like, right around here. Like, how does this work? Do I just go into inventory and then find the shovel and use it, or... Oh. Okay, yeah, so it is just like that, I guess. Okay, so I've got 5 things of worms, and... Ooh, okay, yeah, I see that definitely tanked our energy. So I don't know if the meal... I don't think the meal here actually helps for energy. No, I think to get energy back, what we have to do is actually go into food and have, like, a drink or something. And I was like, I can't remember... It doesn't really say what it does, so I guess I'll just try a drink and see what happens. Okay, no, I guess I do have to, like, pick up tea or coffee or something, and that'll get our energy back. I don't know if we'll, like, hard pass out or what from... Oh, is energy regenerating right now? I don't think so. Let me just... Okay, no, I don't want to use the ATM, because that would just be to, get some stuff out there. Well, let me check here at the grocery store. Okay, it looks like all they have for sale is the lemonade. I mean, there is alcohol, but I don't think that's what I'm after. There is some medicine that's... Ooh, that's a lot of silver for that. I wonder, do I have to... What happens if I actually have, like, a bit of food itself? Because, like, I do have, like, say, canned pork and a bit of loaf here. So I'll eat one of those, and let me just see what that does. Yeah, I don't know. I think that just helped for the food meter, so... I'm not 100% sure the energy. I thought it was, like, if you had tea or coffee, that would help it up. Or maybe you actually have to, like, just go and stay in your house. But I'm sure the comments will definitely give me the info there. So we're going to end this episode of Russian Fishing 4 here, just with trying that out and making the mistake I may have. Thank you all for joining me on the episode of the series. If you did like the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave in the comments right down below. Until I do see you in the next video, anglers and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy angling.